ADHD symptoms typically appear between the ages of 3 and 6. On average, most kids suffer with ADHD by the age of 7. According to the CDC, the rate of diagnosis for ADHD increases more and more every year. In 2003, it increased by 7.8%, in 2007, 9.5%, and in 2011, 11%. And I can only imagine as we learn more about the ADHD, the percentage of diagnosis will continue to grow. Today I have the opportunity to teach you about ADHD and how it affects students in the classroom, and what we as teachers can do to support our students. The resources I use for this speech is from the CDC, Numero Health Kids, and the Salem Press Encyclopedia. To begin, ADHD is a learning disorder that affects your ability to focus. ADHD stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactive Disorder, which comes from a neurological dysfunction. Children with ADHD typically shows 3 different types of behaviors: inactive, hyperactive, and easily distracted. In order to be diagnosed with ADHD, children need to show these behaviors across a range of environments such as home, school, and play. Students are commonly diagnosed with ADHD in the early school years. With this being said, ADHD can affect students in the classroom. Teachers are sometimes the first to notice possible signs of ADHD. Children with ADHD in the classroom struggle more with boredom and putting mental effort into challenging tasks. If you are a teacher and you notice these signs, then you must report this to the school and the parents of the child. They all must agree in order for the child to be evaluated by the school, where the parents can bring him to a health professional. This will help your students access an IEP or 504 plan. This is one way for your student to get help. The CDC tells us by law, students with ADHD are able to get accommodations and student services under the Individuals with Disabilities Act, also known as IDEA, which provides students with an IEP, as well as students can also qualify for 504, coming from the Section 504 from the Rehabilitation Act of 1973. Accommodations can be provided for these students, such as extra time on tests, instructions and assignments tailored to the child, positive reinforcement and feedback, using technology to assist with tasks, allowing breaks or times to move around the classroom, changes to the environment to make it limit distractions, and extra help with staying organized. Teachers have found that each student will need different accommodations, but can be identified with close follow-up instruction, daily report, and communication with the parents to see which accommodations are getting the best results. This will provide the best care for your students. There are a couple more ways I would like to share with you about how teachers can help their students. In the Salem Press Encyclopedia, I researched about the author Brown, and she talks about teaching methods which include peer tutoring, setting goals for the students, trying different ways of teaching like modeling, and team activities, and also overall just trying to keep the students engaged. Classroom organization can also be helpful in the classroom. Examples of this are making clear rules, making a clear schedule, seating students with ADHD near the teacher, keeping the classroom distraction-free as possible. Another method that you can use in the classroom is a behavioral method. The behavioral classroom method approach encourages a student's positive behavior in the classroom, the reward system, and a daily report card, and it also discourages their negative behaviors. This approach has helped students be better engaged in the classroom, resulting in better grades. Although behavior management may not help the root of the problem, it will help with your overall classroom management. To find more research like this, you can use the U.S. Department of Education, where they provide a tip sheet for all teachers. All these classroom tools can be helpful with your students with ADHD. To wrap up, ADHD stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactive Disorder. It is a learning disability that affects your ability to focus. It can affect students in the classroom by distracting them from the material that they're trying to learn in front of them. As a teacher, we can use these strategies like behavior management, organizational training, and providing accommodations, as well as differentiated instruction to keep them engaged and provide them with all the tools they'll need to learn to their full potential. Make sure you are fully educated on ADHD before going into your first classroom, and use these tools to help your students succeed.